All right, it's Monday, May 13th. This is an end of the day SPY recap. And today, to start out the week, we end up with a very slight two-up red bar. Essentially, it's just consolidation that continues from Friday. Well, we had a little bit of a two-up red bar. If we look at the 15-minute chart, which I'll get to in a minute, on Friday we gapped up and immediately sold off and held in there. Today we gapped up right to those highs and immediately sold off, even though technically we took out the high of that bar. What's interesting about that is the weekly chart has fulfilled all it was expected to do. When you see this green bar, even though you had a little bit of a sell-off at the end of the week, you kind of expected that high to be tested. Now we've officially done that with the open up here. So it is possible we consolidated in here for a while. Not necessarily making a two down bar, but not really getting momentum to the upside. We have a big economic number on Wednesday, so it's really tough trading here. And it's not like you were all that excited coming into today anyway to do anything. It was Monday after this red bar pause day from Friday. Maybe we could have got a two down. We're thinking of that, but you kind of saw it gapping up to the high of the pre-market range, so that kind of negated that. Outcome in terms of starting lower. I still think in this overall uptrend that we're in here with the monthly chart up and the weekly charts, up for 3 weeks in a row, you want to see failures to the downside. That will get you more excited for actionable signals to the upside. So the momentum is not really there on the upside, and yet, you're going against continuity if you try to sell. And that's why right out of the gates, you saw that the first bar, was red immediately. So you didn't even have a momentum move if it was possible that it was going to develop. Again, on the monthly chart, I'm not that excited about momentum with this, the fact that we have this red bar from last month. We are inside of this month, green for sure, all month long, but we're still just inside of that. So it's not like I'm really looking for this month to get a strong two up month after starting from the bottom of the range. And now we're getting to the top of the range here. So it's time for a little bit of choppiness within this monthly chart. If you go back another month examples, like here's an example where, you closed big red, but then started green the next month. It's not like you get a big two up month. It took all month before it closed green. And then you can kind of watch what happens next month. I think there was another example. Here's another example. Same thing. You come down to the bottom, big red bar, but the next month flips to green. But it's not like starting at the bottom of the range, you come all the way up and expect this month to be a strong two up. So we're getting to the high of this range here. This to me is, not. It doesn't feel like momentum should be continuing week after week after week, given that we're just inside of that. So again, I would be not surprised to see a little bit of a pullback, within these daily bars that would lead to failures to the downside and good trades back up. But, today we didn't even get that. We obviously the tone of the day was kind of first bar down, second bar, we held in here. So then you had kind of your one push down, pause, second push down. So it was only a down environment here. I still, you're still above kind of the midpoint, or you're within this range. I'm biased to the upside. So I was looking for some stocks that had good buy opportunities. I traded Nvidia on a red to green move here that did okay, and I think Netflix had a red to green move. I was still biased to the upside, even with the down opening in the SPY, but it's not like I was that excited to do anything. I think Apple actually had a pretty nice good trade to the upside, breaking above the first bar high here on bar number 3 or 4, and had a couple of pushes up. So I was looking at it, but I didn't trade it, and I actually probably should have, given that it was the stronger of the stocks, but I was more focused on the red to green moves at the time. So, of Nvidia and Netflix. So anyway, getting to the SPY, we end up with a little bit of a red bar here. You kind of expect that low to be tested. Again, with this economic stuff coming out in the middle of the week, I don't know how that's going to affect things tomorrow. They're going to wait for that Wednesday number. That's going to be volatile pre-market. So I still think in the end, you're going to wait. The best trades this week, if they even unfold, are going to be kind of failures to the downside that start back up in line with continuity. And it's tough to play the momentum to the upside. So sometimes you just got to sit back and not really expect too much or look to do too much until something very obvious pops out. And today, once you see that opening, the gap up and the immediate move lower, it was just, and you're not really excited about momentum to the upside. You're not really excited to get short. It's just almost nothing to do but just kind of see how the day plays out. So to me, I just see this now as 2 days kind of chopping around in a sideways thing, and it almost feels like that's what the market may want to do until that inflation number later this week. So we'll see what happens. Again, downside was the only way to play it, but I don't think it was an exciting trade. It didn't really kind of got to the pre-market lows as kind of a target yesterday. That whole choppiness, you can see the 2 days in a row overlapping in a range, and that's kind of, it was high to the range, the low of the range. That was about all today was all about, but there was some stocks that went up as well. So we will see what the rest of the week brings. Again, I'm not that excited about anything, one way or the other, unless we get some kind of obvious failure that then gives me some kind of, a good price action back to the upside. So we'll see what unfolds for the rest of the week. And again, I think Wednesday is kind of the key thing that the market seems to be waiting for.